And what we did was we added, well, first of all, we had a storage tank over there. And then I added a second storage tank. The first storage tank made an impact. The compressors ran longer, that's for sure, because of the obvious reason they're filling more space. But I don't know that I really felt as if there was a benefit. Then I decided, well, let's add a second tank. And then I felt, wow, there's a lot more stored air, and I feel as if the compressor runs a little bit longer, but the amount of time that it was off, I felt was noticeably disproportionately longer. Then I added a third tank. So 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure that's an 80 gallon, and those might be 60 gallons each. Auto drains, as you can see on them. Adding the third tank, there's obviously more stored air, but my point is with these reciprocating compressors was to try to bring them down to a situation where they weren't running so long. I've not accomplished that at all. A couple of ideas that I've been kicking around, and what we're doing is, I'll show you the next part of the project that we are going to upgrade in terms of our compressed air system. And then before I do that, adding check valves I think are absolutely required. I noticed that I had much more balanced operation when I added check valves to the compressors. Check valve, check valve. These two compressors, I've got them timed in such a way that they turn on at the same time, so that's really nice. I have kind of a manifold here. That line leads back to the 4 compressors that run the cold air gun. This line leads back to the 2 compressors that run the tool changing. But because of the way that the manifolds are set up here, is I can turn them all on to one source, to one output, or the other. I can blend them, I can mix them, and there have been times when I knew I didn't need to do any tool changes, and I had all 6 compressors just pushing cold air because I was surfacing aluminum with a 7-flute end mill, which is wrong, I've learned, because the chip load that you can achieve based on your feed rate, you can never get a big enough chip because you can't go fast enough with 7 flutes. Something very interesting happened to me. I am surfacing all of this aluminum. In order to get the chip load right, I had to move it about 12 or 14 inches per second. I know that camera flipped on you, or imagine that it did. That's a 7-flute 3/4 metal cutting end mill from Onsrud. When I had the speed going at 12 inches per second, that's the evidence of what happened. That's the evidence of what happened. Literally, the tool is moving, but it's actually bam, 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 bam. It was dreadful. I was moving so quickly because I needed to generate a big enough chip to take the heat away with the chip. And all I'm getting are small chips because I can't move fast enough. This is what's being generated. It's like steel wool. I have gobs of that stuff. So, because we're cooling by air, my compressor project is paramount. So what are we doing right now? What we're doing right now is, first of all, I've ordered a 30-horse rotary screw compressor capable of 150 CFM. Done. The key, done because it has a 100% duty cycle. That's where it's done. The 6 that I have right now, they're going to be used, but they're going to be retired mostly because they are slowly fading and failing. I'm going to upgrade to 3/4 pipe from the compressors to the manifold, which will then lead out to the tools. we're going to run 3/4 pipe from this area all of this controls my PRS Alpha, my 4x8 machine. This, we will end up running pipe down into this part of the shop where I'm going to move the desktop. I'm going to move it over there. So I'll have 3/4 pipe going to each machine for its tool change ability. Okay. I will then upgrade those 4 compressors over there, 2 there that you can see, then the 2 under the stairs, 3/4 pipe to the storage tanks. We were going to add check valves on all of those. Everything will have a check valve. So, lots of storage, larger diameter pipe, a compressor with a 100% duty cycle, and the bee's knees, the air dryer. Air dryers are absolutely mandatory. If I've not already said it, which I think I have, but if I haven't, do not go with this. That water separator, if you do that, just know that you will be yanking it sooner or later, because it will coagulate. It will substantially decrease your airflow to a point where you will not be able to do a reliable tool change. You will try to do a tool change and it will drop your tool. It will drop your tool. And then that beautiful 2-flute carbide 3/4 inch is now a 1.75 flute. Bigger pipes, lots of storage, the proper compressor, air dryer, mandatory. That's what's going on over here. And I'll send you a little sneak peek. You might say to yourself, well, what the heck is that? Well, I'll tell you. That's a lead-lined access panel. This client has a need for an access panel, obviously in a hospital environment, and that's 1/16 lead that we're lining that access panel. Okay, that's your update. Thanks.